Oh, today, we're going to talk about something real extra. Something that's been hitting home for a lot of people. See, everybody out here is manifesting their dream partner. You know the list. I want a man who communicates openly. I want someone who leads. I want a partner who supports my dreams and is affectionate and makes me feel secure. I want a baller, someone who can fly me out and all the things. Okay. Well, that sounds good. But here's the question. When that person shows up, are you actually ready for them? Because manifestation, well, it's real. It's real powerful. And what I'm see happening is a lot of people are asking for something they're not mentally, emotionally, or spiritually prepared to receive and nurture. It's like you spent all this time saying you wanted rain, but now that it's pouring, you're mad about the mud. So, in today's episode, we're going to unpack the power and risk of manifestation in relationships. Why the masculine or the divine masculine and the divine feminine need to complement, not compete. We're going to talk about how men are often unheard in relationships and why that's a silent killer. And most importantly, how to prepare yourself for the partner you say you want. So let's get into it. Because some of you been praying for a strong leader, but when he shows up, you don't know how to follow. Welcome to the Lifestyle Expansion Blueprint, where we dive deep into the mind, body, and soul of success. I'm your host, Gray, and here we believe that true growth begins from within. Whether you're seeking personal transformation, professional elevation, or simply looking to expand your life's possibilities, you're in the right place. Together, we'll explore the strategies, insights, and metaphysical principles that empower you to manifest the life you truly desire. So take a deep breath, open your mind, and let's embark on this journey of expansion. Your next level begins now. Listen, we live in an era where people are constantly manifesting. It's all over social media. I'm manifesting my husband. I'm calling in my divine counterpart. I want a man who's strong, communicative, and emotionally available. But what a lot of people don't realize is that manifestation comes with responsibility. Because when you finally get that partner who communicates openly, challenges you to grow, and leads the relationship, suddenly it's overwhelming. Suddenly, he's too much. Let's be real. You wanted a man who leads, but you're so used to making your own decisions that you find yourself pushing back, challenging everything he says, not because he's wrong, but because you've never had to relinquish control before. You wanted a man who communicates, but now that he's expressing his needs and you're not sure how to respond without getting defensive, you're stuck. You wanted a man who's supportive, but now that he's holding you accountable, and that feels uncomfortable. Real talk, what you ask for and what you're ready to handle are usually two very different things. So my question is, are you preparing yourself to nurture the partner you're asking for? Or, well, you know the alternative. So let's talk about divine masculine and divine feminine energy. This isn't about men versus women. Don't get it fucked up. That's not what this is. This is about balance. The divine masculine is structured, logical, protective, and decisive, whereas the divine feminine is intuitive, nurturing, supportive, and emotionally fluid. When these energies are in harmony, a relationship flows effortlessly. When they're at odds, it turns into a power struggle. And here's where I've seen a real problem. A lot of women say they want a masculine man who leads, but when he shows up, they resist his leadership, either because they're used to doing everything themselves or because they've been conditioned to think that following a man means being weak. The truth is, Submission is not subjugation, it's trust. A man cannot effectively lead if his leadership is constantly being challenged. And I'm not saying follow blindly. I'm saying if you choose him, trust him. Because here's the reality. A strong man doesn't compete with his woman. He compliments her, but he also won't fight to lead where he's not respected. So let's flip the script for a second. Because one of the biggest silent killers of relationships is when the man in that relationship feels unheard. And oftentimes men feel unheard. See, from the moment we start dating, the man is expected to pursue. He plans the dates. He courts. He proposes. He provides. And all the while, the focus is on adorning the woman. And listen, I love celebrating women. But in the midst of all this, a lot of men start feeling like their own needs, emotions, and struggles really don't matter. And here's where it gets dangerous. When a man stops expressing himself, sis, he's already checked out. If he's not telling you what's bothering him, if he's just coasting along, if he's given up on arguing, on explaining, on leading, that's a man who's already, halfway gone. Because the truth is, men who are emotionally invested in a relationship will express themselves. So if your man suddenly goes silent, you might not have lost him physically, but emotionally, he's already gone. So we've talked about a little bit. We're touching on things. We're not really getting too deep because I can use these topics for further episodes, and I love to do that. We've touched on divine masculine, divine feminine, how they should interact, how they should coexist and be partners. Now let's talk about something practical. The financial power of a solid partnership. Studies show that couples who work together financially build wealth exponentially faster than single individuals. Why? I would argue it's because shared expenses equal more disposable income. Dual income equals a greater investment opportunity. Emotional and financial support equal bigger risk and bigger rewards. You have to know that a relationship isn't just about romance. It's about strategic partnership. And when both people understand their roles, let me tell you, the growth is absolutely unstoppable. Listen, I'm going to get personal. I'm going to tell a personal story. I have been accused. Let me back up. I want to talk about communication in relationships. And as I said, it is a personal story. But I have been accused of over communicating in relationships. I have. Would you believe it? A podcast host, a life coach, a speaker, an orator, a thespian has been accused of over communicating in his relationships. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. And I don't hesitate to express either. One time I was with someone who said she wanted a man who expresses himself. Cool. I'm that guy. I'm him. You dig? I started telling her how I felt about everything. The way she handled situations, the way we communicated, even how she loaded the damn dishwasher. Don't judge me. You asked for communication. I was not being overly critical. I was simply expressing myself. One day, she hit me with, some things are better left unsaid. She started off by saying, I know I don't express myself when I should. I know I don't talk about how I feel enough. But it is a possibility that maybe you express yourself too much, and some things are better left unsaid. And I realized people don't always they don't want what they think they want. They say what they want, but they don't really want what they think they want. So before you go manifesting, ask yourself, are you really ready for what comes with it? Here's the bottom line. Be careful what you wish for. If you're manifesting a strong, communicative, supportive partner? Ask yourself, are you ready to match that energy? Are you prepared to respect their leadership? Are you truly making space for what you're asking for? Because getting what you want is only half the battle. Knowing how to handle it is the rest. Are you ready? This week, I'm challenging you to reflect on the traits you want in a partner and ask yourself, are you ready for them? Talk to your partner about their needs, not just yours. Reevaluate your supporting, I don't want to put it that way. Reevaluate whether or not you're supporting and receiving in balance, because balance is everything. And lastly, as per usual, if this episode hit home, I'm going to ask that you share it. Let's start a conversation, because communication, even sometimes the over-communicator, is necessary within the confines of the relationship. So I encourage you to communicate with your lover and know that you need to stay expansive, my friends. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Lifestyle Expansion Blueprint. My hope is that you're leaving with new insights and the tools to help you craft the life you envision. Remember, your blueprint for success is already within you. It just needs to be unlocked. If this episode resonated with you, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who's ready to expand their life. Until next time, I'm Gray. Keep building, keep growing, and always stay in alignment with your highest self.